Hello and welcome back to the new episode of Pavni Tells. I hope you all are doing good, staying safe, taking care of yourselves. Today we are back with the part 4 of the Vikram or Betal's story series, right? So, last episode, the part 3 episode on Vikram or Betal, the story had ended when the Princess Chandralekha had finally found her suitable match, right? And Betal, the ghost, had compelled the king Vikramaditya to give a reply towards the end of the story. And basis, replying, giving a reply to Betal by Vikramaditya, the king Vikramaditya, led Betal to fly off back to the people tree, right? So let's see whether King Vikramaditya is able to get back to Betal, to the people tree, and is he successful enough to take him back to his kingdom. So today we welcome you all to the new episode, as I mentioned, part 4 of Vikram and Betal. Let's get started and see how Vikramaditya reaches the people tree, and is Betal going to be ready to get back to the kingdom with Vikramaditya or not. Right? So today we are going to be doing 4 parts. In the part 4, we are going to be doing 4 chapters in part 4. So the first chapter of part 4 series of Vikramaditya and Betal, the chapter 1 here for part 4 is the Brahman Keshav. So the story starts like this. A furious king Vikramaditya followed Betal to the people tree. He pulled down the corpse. From there, he lifted the corpse and put it on his shoulder. Then he started walking. On the way, Betal said to him, Vikram, listen to the story I'm going to tell you now. So finally, Vikramaditya reaches the tree again and requests Betal to get back with him to the kingdom. Now Betal has a condition again. He's going to narrate another story to Vikramaditya while they are going back to the kingdom. Saying so, Betal began to tell the story. Once there was a town called Dharmasthala. It was situated on the banks of river Yamuna. In this town lived a Brahman by the name of Keshav. He was very learned. He had read almost all the religious scriptures. Now he had a small family consisting of a wife, a son, and a daughter named Madhumati. Madhumati was exceptionally beautiful. So beautiful was she that even the fairies envied her. But as she grew with each passing year, her parents became worried for her. They started looking for a suitable groom for her. The second chapter, Keshav and Madho, in the part 4 series. One day, Keshav was invited to perform a religious ceremony in a client's house. While he was performing the ceremony, he came across a young Brahmin named Madho. He was a student of the Vedas and the Shastras and had taught in the Gurukul. Keshav developed an instant living for Madho. He told Madho about his daughter and expressed his desire to get Madhumati married to him. He even paid a visit to Madho's house and met his parents. Madho's parents were very happy to get such a nice alliance. His father said it will be an honor to have Madhumati as our daughter-in-law. In fact, we ourselves were looking for such an educated and respected family. A happy Keshav went home with a packet of sweets. He said to his wife, our worries are over. I have found a match for our daughter. His name is Madho. He belongs to an educated and well-to-do family. Let's see what's in store next. Chapter 3 of Part 4, Vikramaditya and Betal. the three alliances. Keshav's wife was very surprised. She said, "You should have talked to me before consenting to this alliance, as if it is that you wanted Madhumati to get married right away." "I too have found a match for Madhumati," she said. "The groom-to-be is a handsome young man named Vaman. His parents have also consented." Keshav could not say anything after hearing this. But there was more to come. As Keshav was digesting the fact, his son entered the house. He looked very excited. He said happily, "Father and mother, I have some good news. It'll be a relief for you to hear that I have found a match for Madhumati as well. The boy's name is Madhusudan. He is a highly accomplished man." The parents stared at each other in a shock. They could not understand what was happening. Suddenly, there were three alliances for their daughter: Madhu, Vaman, and Madhusudan. They told their son about the matches they had found for Madhumati. Now, the fourth part for this episode is Death of Madhumati. Let's see. Right now, there is a discussion that Madhumati is going to get married, right? And mother found a match, father found a match, and also her brother found a match. Let's see now what happened that, this chapter says that there is a death of Madhumati. Let's get started here. All the three members of the family started thinking about the issue. They could not find a solution. Ultimately, they decided to leave the decision on Madhumati. She would select her own husband from the three suitors. On the appointed day, all the three would-be grooms arrived at Keshav's house. It was a tough choice for Madhumati to make, as all the three were good. In the midst of all this, unobserved by anyone, a black cobra crept into the room. It slowly crawled towards Madhumati and bit her. None could save her. She died instantly. The three suitors mourned for their loss, as did everyone else around. Later, Madhumati's last rites were performed. Madho gathered her charred bones in an earthen pot. He went to another town and started living there. Vaman gathered Madhumati's ashes. He built a hut on that spot and started living there. So children, these were the 4 chapters from part 4 of Vikram Aur Betal stories in this episode for today. Let's see in our next episode how did this happen and where the story is going to go, right? So stay tuned for our next episode. That is going to be the part 5 of Vikram Aur Betal stories. We shall be back in our next episode. Until then, please continue to watch different parts of Vikram Aur Betal stories on our channel, Pavni Tells. If you enjoy, please like, share and subscribe to our channel. I hope you like these stories. We shall be back with a new episode in the next episode. Thank you so much. Love you all, children. Take care. Stay safe. Bye-bye.